Welcome back to One Comic Book a Day, where I've been ill for a while, and at least I have my voice again, so now I just feel weak and tired most of the time. But I think I can get this video out. Today we're covering Superman 77 and the second story, The Greatest Picture in the World. One of these stories where Superman has amnesia and gets another job, but doesn't seem to really care about that job and just kind of goes back to what Superman usually does. And that's not just how the story ends, I mean how the story behaves. So you see, the problem with doing stories where the idea is like, what if Superman does this for this issue, is they don't want to tell that story. What they want to do is tell a generic or the usual Superman story where he's saving people, using his powers, turning into Superman, or, well, changing his clothes into Superman and going to save people. And maybe in a comic that's more than one issue, you can probably pull this off with doing more than one thing. But seeing this is, once again, only a 14-page story, the whole idea that he's a pitcher gets kind of thrown away really easily because he has to go around doing the heroic things. That's the reason you buy the comic. It's just, the story was supposed to be about him being the world's greatest pitcher, and it doesn't seem to care or spend much time on that. It just kind of goes about doing the usual Superman stuff with slight caveats that don't really change much. So here a mad scientist has created synthetic kryptonite, not the first one to do that. Luthor did it. And they hold Superman captive for a while, and this gives Superman amnesia. They are unable to actually kill him, even with the kryptonite. Superman escapes after they just leave him there, hoping he'll starve to death by using his X-ray vision to use the heat vision. It's sort of brought up X-ray vision because the heat vision doesn't exist yet. It's just him using his X-ray vision and increasing it. That's been the explanation. It's also not the first time he's used that to get away from kryptonite. And once that's gone and fallen through the floor, he has amnesia and doesn't know who he is and ends up on a baseball team because he happens around a baseball team and throws a baseball really hard. So you get some of those fun moments of what you would expect with a superpowered man playing baseball, from throwing the ball extraordinarily hard or hitting it through a fence. But we have to go back to him being Superman. And this is a weird part of the story, is like when he goes to sleep, he becomes Superman. He remembers slightly because, as it's explained, radiation from the moonlight. That's not how that works. Now, later we will reveal that Superman's powers come from radiation from the yellow sun. So I guess that makes somewhat sense, but they specifically call it moonlight. The moonlight's just the sun reflecting off the moon. But he doesn't remember who he is until he gets reintroduced to Kryptonite near the end of the story. And you notice I'm just kind of blazing over him playing baseball because there isn't much baseball playing. Once again, the story is called The Greatest Pitcher in the World, but he's not really doing much. While also being the pitcher, he stops at least 3 or 4 crimes, including a train nearly going off the rails. I guess that's not a crime, unless the train company was cutting back, and they probably were. Now that should have been a crime. And a story I would like to see Superman deal with, taking out a train baron, but this is what we have, and it's just him not really following the assignment of the story of being a pitcher. And once he remembers who he is, thanks to Kryptonite being nearby, the same mad scientist has put together, it doesn't really matter. But the Kryptonite shows back up to give him his memories back. Because you know how cartoon stories work. If the thing gives you amnesia, it will restore your memories as well. And now he won't play baseball because it's unfair, because he's Superman. Though he never makes any sort of an announcement to take away the wins from whatever baseball team this was. So I don't dislike it for the idea of Superman playing baseball. What I wanted was the story about Superman playing baseball, and I didn't get that. I just got mostly the same old, same old. He didn't even get like a new hat. That would have been the least different. Okay, that is it from Superman 77 and the second story, The Greatest Picture in the World. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get notifications when a new video goes up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Fridays is Bat Friday, where I cover a Batman story in either Detective Comics or Batman. And until next time, let's ponder the question, whatever did happen to the Man of Tomorrow? And when are these stories going to become more than one issue? Because I think things will improve. Okay, have a great day.